For decades, therapy has been operating on a single, unspoken premise. But what if that entire premise is actually what's holding us back? Today, we're going to explore a completely new vision for healing, a true Therapy 2.0. It's called the Unity Method.
Just let that sink in for a second. This right here, this is the bedrock of the Unity Method. It's a radical shift, isn't it? It says, you are not a problem to be solved. You're a person to be understood. And your story, it matters a lot.
It's a fair question, right? And it's one that so many of us have quietly asked ourselves. We go in seeking help, but we can walk out feeling categorized, labeled, maybe even more broken than when we went in. What if the problem isn't with us at all? What if it's with the model itself? And that leads us to the heart of the issue, something we call the pathology prison. We're going to explore how a system of labels, which was originally designed to help, can actually trap us in this identity of being permanently unwell.
Just look at the language here. It seems like such a subtle shift, but it is incredibly powerful. When we go from saying, I am experiencing depression, to I am depressed, everything changes. We go from having a problem to believing we are the problem. And this is exactly where the damage starts.
And this is the devastating result. When that diagnosis becomes your identity, it feels permanent, it feels like a life sentence, it creates this deep sense of hopelessness, a belief that you're fundamentally flawed, and that this is just who you are, forever.
But listen, this is not about blaming the past. Not at all. Psychology has been on this century-long journey, a real evolution of healing. And every new approach was a vital step forward, building on what we learned before.
Think about it. We move from Freud's exploration of our inner depths to the scientific rigor of behaviorism, to the dignity of humanism. Then we got the incredible structure and skills from CBT and DBT. And more recently, somatics brought the body back into the conversation. Every single one was a crucial piece of the puzzle. The Unity Method doesn't throw any of this out, it integrates it all into one holistic approach.
And this integration, this is what sparks a revolution. The Unity Method proposes a radically new starting point, one that completely flips the script on what it means to heal.
This is the core shift. It's everything. We stop asking, what is wrong with you, and we start asking, what happened to you? That simple change in the question reframes absolutely everything. Your struggles are no longer seen as your flaws. They're seen as intelligent, adaptive responses to your life experiences. And this is what we call the wholeness premise. It declares right from the start that you were never broken. Your anxiety, your anger, the way you shut down, these were not signs of a defect. No way. They were brilliant survival strategies that your nervous system created to keep you safe. Healing isn't about fixing, it's about integration. And just to be clear, this isn't just some feel-good philosophy. It is grounded in hard science. Neuroplasticity proves that our brains are not fixed stone. They can change. And if trauma can rewire our brains for survival, then it stands to reason that intentional healing practices can rewire them for safety, connection, and wholeness. Change is literally your biological birthright. So, okay, that's the big idea. But how does it actually work? Well, the Unity Method is built on 5 core pillars that turn this powerful philosophy into a practical, real-world path to healing. So, first up is wholeness. Always starting with that core belief that you are not broken. Then we move to somatic restoration, which means using the wisdom of your body to regulate your nervous system so you can feel safe again. Next is relational repatterning, where we heal old attachment wounds and learn how to build secure, healthy connections. After that comes neuroplastic empowerment, giving you the actual tools to understand and consciously rewire your brain. And finally, acceptance, where you reclaim your power. Not by forgiving the past, but by integrating its lessons.
And this is a huge part of what makes it Therapy 2.0. We go so far beyond just talking. We use tools like breathwork, grounding exercises, and new narrative practices that communicate directly with your nervous system in the language it understands. So your body doesn't just hear that it's safe, it begins to truly feel safe, sometimes for the very first time.
When you step back, you see that the Unity Method is more than just a new technique. It's a movement. It's a movement to restore dignity to the process of healing and really to every single person who decides to take that journey.
It all starts by helping you let go of that old, tired story, the one where you are a lifelong patient, just a diagnosis that needs to be managed and controlled forever. And then you learn how to write a new one, a truer one,
A story where your struggles are reframed, not as brokenness, but as the intelligent, adaptive strategies your amazing nervous system came up with to help you survive.
And you know what? When you start to see your adaptations as your strengths, your entire history changes. Suddenly, your life isn't just a list of your flaws. It's a testament to your incredible resilience.
And this is really the destination. It's moving beyond the role of a patient who needs to be repaired and instead remembering the whole, capable, and deeply resilient person you have always been underneath it all.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. It's the question that the Unity Method invites every single one of us to live into. What if healing isn't about fixing something that broke along the way, but about finally remembering the wholeness that was there all along?